Hey everyone, back with chapter 4, opposition to the work. Now when Sanballat heard that we were building the wall, he was angry and greatly enraged, and he jeered at the Jews. And he said in the presence of his brothers and of the army of Samaria, "What are these people Jews doing? Will they restore it for themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they finish up in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of rubbish and burn ones at that?" Tobiah the Ammonite was beside him, and he said, "Yes, what are they building? If a fox goes up on it, he will break down their stone wall. Hear, O our God, for we are despised. Turn back their taunt on their own heads, and give them up to the plunder in a land where they are captives. Do not cover their guilt, and let not their sin be blotted out from your sight, for they have provoked you to anger in the presence of the builders." So he built the wall, and all the wall was joined together to half its height, for the people had a mind to go work. But when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabs, the Ammonites, and the Ashdodites heard that the repairing of the walls of Jerusalem was going forward, and that the breaches were beginning to be closed, they were very angry, and they all plotted together to come and fight against Jerusalem, and cause confusion in it. And we prayed to our God, and set a guard as a protection against them day and night. And Judah was said, "The strength of those who bear the burdens is failing. There is too much rubble. By ourselves we will not be able to rebuild the wall." And our enemies said, "They will not know or sleep till we come among them and kill them and stop the work." At that time the Jews who lived near them came from all directions and said to us 10 times, You must return to us." So in the lowest parts of the space behind the wall, and open places, I stationed the people by their clans with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and arose, and said to the nobles and the officials and to the rest of the people, "Do not be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your homes." The work resumes. When our enemies heard that it was done to us, and that God had frustrated their plan, we all returned to the wall, each to his work. From that day on, half of my servants worked on construction, and half held the spears, shields, bows, and coats of mail. And the leaders stood behind the whole house of Judah, and who were building on the wall. Those who carried burdens were loaded in such a way that each labored on the work with one hand and held his weapons with the other. And each of the builders had his sword strapped at his side while he built. The man who sounded the trumpet was beside me, and I said to the nobles and to the officials and to the rest of the people, "The work is great and widely spread, and we are separated on the wall, far from one another. In this place where you hear the sound of the trumpet, rally to us there. Our God will fight for us." So what's basically going on is Israel is, of course, rebuilding Jerusalem, the temple, and all that. Of course, opposition comes, and who's against what Israel is doing, and Nehemiah prays to God for help, and God, helps protect Israel from their opposition. Says, "So we labored at the work, and half of them held the spears from the break of dawn until the stars came out." And he also said to people at the same time, "That every man and his servant pass the night within Jerusalem, and that they may be a guard for us by night, and may labor by day. So neither I nor my brothers nor my servants nor the men of the guard who followed me, none of us took our clothes. Each kept his weapon at his right hand." That's what 4 is about. Opposition to the work. People oppose what Israel is doing, rebuilding Jerusalem, rebuilding the temple, and all that. Nehemiah prays for God's protection for Israel, and God is protecting them, so that work can resume to continue rebuilding Jerusalem and rebuilding the second temple. It's chapter 4. Back later with chapter 5.